This is Robert from Meis Morphs here. Actually going live in the snake room here. Behind me you see the rodent rack. Got some tubs for them. They'll mostly be quiet. Usually late at night they get a little bit rowdy, start making noise, kicking up dust and stuff, and I end up having to come in here and clean and check to see if there's any dead rats because they beat up on each other. But hey, figured come down here and instead of actually being upstairs with the boas, you guys be able to see me here with the snakes here. So hold up one moment and just make sure the door's closed all the way because I don't want to wake up the wife and kid. They decided to go to bed early. But, here, I'll start off with the clowns or the het clowns. Okay, how you doing, buddy boy? This here is Hayoka. He's a visual clown male that I got not too long ago. Got him for about $1.50, and that's pretty damn cheap considering clowns a while ago were actually getting pretty expensive. Even a basic clown was expensive. But I was able to get him for a damn good price from Tony over at PetZone. And as I said in Patrick's live, sometimes when I look at him, look at his patterns and everything, I figure, well, look at him. This is like he doesn't have alien heads that are just like individual. There's just these long bands with holes here and there, but just no alien heads or keyholes and everything. It's just like one long stretch. He's a good eater. He's still on mice. He took a frozen thawed rat a while ago. Tried to get him to take another one, but didn't go for it. Maybe it was too big, or maybe it wasn't hot enough. But yeah, it is what it is. Put him back in his tub before he starts getting all curious. Well, let go of my fingers. Let go of my fingers. Those little snakes, they love to hold on for dear life. Okay, next snake from the clown group is Little Dahlia. I named her after the Black Dahlia because mostly because I was running a god or goddess names to look up for and all that stuff. But here she is. She is a beautiful black pastel, which is a darker version of pastel, normal pastel. But she's 66% het clown. I got her and Fistus and one other snake that I no longer have from a guy that was downsizing his collection and also moving. So it was a good deal. For, I believe, yeah, I was originally paying for just the girls, Fistus and Dahlia, but he threw in the normal het clown free. So that was pretty nice of him. She's a pretty chill girl. She's eating on live rats. Well, was at the moment. She kind of went off feed because of brumation and cold setting in, but she normally eats about small rats. I think she can take medium, so. But anyway, I'm hoping that having cranked up the thermostats on all the racks here, that maybe will trick them to waking the heck up and getting back on food. Here is Fistus. She's a black pewter. That's a combination of a pastel and black pastel. So she's a two gene snake. She's a little bit bigger than a Fistus right now because she was eating a little bit more frequently. She's actually a pretty chill snake. Got a lot of blushing. Uh, not a lot of like spots or stripes on her dorsal section. In fact, it doesn't even look like there really are any because it just kind of looks like it's part of her normal keyhole patterning. Say hello to the camera, girl. I'm looking forward to possibly breeding her and Dahlia and Hayoka in the future. Work on some good clowns because clowns are still good. I mean, everybody still uses them as far as like anything else. The single gene animals, most people kind of sleep on them a lot, but I think the double codon morphs and everything like that, they really help out with like enhancing color projects. Like if you want super dark snakes, you use dark morphs like dark pastel, or if you want bright colors like bright yellows and golds, you'll definitely use pastel, OD, orange dream, and stuff like that. Sometimes fire, sometimes inchy. You can even get some good things out of the orange ghost. Okay, I gotta scoot over to the other tubs, the bigger tubs, because that's where all the breeder adults are at right now. So give me one moment. Actually, probably just gonna slide over a little bit. That right there is my incubator. I've got it plugged in, well, semi-plugged in, but the fan and the heat tape thermostat ain't running right now. I'm not worried about running up anything right now because the electric bill is a little bit high, but I think it was mostly due to my wife and kid running the heaters because we had some couple cold nights and a couple power outages this year over here in Yorktown. All right, I'm gonna start with the males because there's the first three of them right here in front of me, and then one more above in the 5 tier rack. But I'm gonna start with these guys here. Don't get snappy with me, buddy boy. Taking you out for show and tell. This here is Cocopelli. He is my visual hypo. When I got him a trade for. I traded one of my snakes I got in the past that I started off with because I wasn't really doing anything and he was being a troublesome feeder. So I decided to trade up, and got him. Got Cocopelli here. But when we got him, the people that had him said that the pet store that they got him from had been maintenance feeding him. He's like giving him like the bare minimum amount of food just to keep alive. And he was small. Like when I say small, he was almost a little bit bigger than what Hayoka is right now. And he was a year old. And I'm like, whoa, he was a year old and he was that small. Funny thing is, he was already producing sperm plugs, so he's going to be a future breeder. So, and I already proved him as a breeder last season with hooking him up with Manoa, my albino. That's how we got the double het babies. I also hooked him up with Phantasma, and he's also the father for Miracle being the one egg miracle clutch. He's only ever been hissy with me a couple of times when he was little. Now he's gotten big, he's freaking confident as hell. But he's a damn good eater when he's not focused on breeding. The one thing about him that my wife likes is his eyes. He's got these really big, brown, buggy eyes. See that? Look at the big old eyes. All right, buddy boy. We'll put you back in. Hopefully here sooner or later, after tricking out these damn thermostats, you'll eat. You and your other brothers. Yeah. I'm pulling out my Exanthic. My black Exanthic. Hey, yo, Bijou. What up, buddy? Now, here's the funny thing about a black Exanthic. Looks like a normal, especially a very dulled out normal. But as you can see, if you were a normal, you'd have a lot of yellow. But that's the thing about black Xanthic. It totally strips yellow out of the pigmentation. So it just looks like a black on bronze on white snake. This guy used to be my mouser. When everybody else that I started with was eating freaking rats right off the get, this guy stayed on mice for a year and a half from the time I got him until just one day out of the blue, I had no mice left, and I threw in a small winged rat. He looked at it, watched it, let it run around his little enclosure thing that I had him at that time. Then all of a sudden, whop, took it. And I was like, holy crap. He grabbed it, he choked it out, it tapped out, and then took him a little bit to figure out. I was like, hey, I can eat this. I'm big enough. He's also the one snake that I have that I've actually had to treat for an injury. Because one time while he was still on mice, uh, one of the mice got a little too adventurous and took a nice little chunk out of him. And when I found that, I immediately killed the mouse because I was pissed off and had to treat his wound with proviodine and made sure that it was flushed out, irrigated, and not getting infected. Took him about 2 shed cycles for that wound to heal up, and that took him maybe about a month and a half. Because when they were young and starting off, they were shedding about every month. But because of the injury and everything so close to his neck and everything, had to hold off on feeding him for a little bit, and he managed to heal up very quickly. So I just kept treating the wound, and he healed up very fast. There's some proof in the whole thing that reptiles. Yep, yep, yep. Well, let go, man. Come on, come on. There you go. Get your butt in there. Good boy. Okay. Next one I'm pulling out is the big cheese, the man, the king that started it all for us here at Meis Morphs. The man, or the noodle, I should say, that knows no fear, but is the epitome of fear. He is the Phobos. Hey, buddy. This here is Phobos. And see, he's in Phobos in your dream. And when he comes out of shed like this, all that darkness that usually accompanies all pastels, normally when they fade out and get bigger, will eventually fade away. And all those bright yellows will be running right back up to his spine and his little alien heads and keyholes. As you can see, bright, 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 even though he's dull as hell. This is the guy that I got that helped me actually get over my fear of snakes. Even though non-venomous constrictors were not the cause for my fear of snakes. That was the living on a Marine Corps air station in the South, surrounded by copperheads, water moccasins, and damn rattlesnakes. Oof. I don't mind them as much. It's like I don't get surprised by their presence if I ever see them again. But I definitely respect them by giving them their distance and knowing that they are necessary for the wildlife. Especially nasty, nasty field mice. Okay, buddy, I'm just gonna put you back in there and close you up and let you enjoy your week of solitude while you get ready to pull out a magic trick of shedding your skin. Okay, I'm gonna prop you guys up here on the windowsill because I'm gonna need to do some bending down and lifting that I can't do in the chair. Pull out these big females and the one other male I got. Now, here's the last male I got that's still relatively new to the bunch, and I've been running him through the girls for my breeding project right now. And this is warm. He is my banana inchie. Sitting all curled up, being shy and everything. Say, well, hi, Orm. He's actually a pretty good eater. I've been pairing him up periodically with Manoa and Psyche. With his genetics, definitely add some color to the effect. Definitely some pattern making. And also, with him being a banana, his morphology can be passed down and be sex linked, which is weird because if you randomly get a banana that's a female, she's gonna be like I think a female maker or a male maker, and then if you get a male, it's gonna be a female maker or a male maker. It's a weird switching dichotomy of genders and how much they can influence genetics. All right. Next up on the list is one of my other younger females that I'm actually running for the cycle of breeding. And don't give me too much grief about this one. I mean, everybody gets grief about this particular morphology, but this is Saoirse. As you can see, she's a spider. And no, she does not have a head wobble. She doesn't corkscrew around. She can be a little bit shy and a little bit nippy, but that's mostly towards the food. And she is a very good striker. I've been wanting to get her genetically tested because, as I can see, some of this speckling on the belly section where it gets white and everything. There's little speckles of yellow that get bigger and more grouped together right around the belly. So I'm wondering if she's also a spider that's yellow belly as well. I've been pairing her only with Phobos because I figure, hey, get some bumblebees or Z bumblebees out of that one. Nope, no, no, no. Nope, trying to get out. All right, nice try. Okay, I'm about to pull out Queen Kong here. Oh, oh boy. God damn, you're a big girl. so damn heavy she tips over the goddamn freaking scale. Uh, this is Manoa. She is my very visual, very big albino, and she was the first female in our entire breeding project to get pregnant and give us a very large, successful clutch. We initially had 7 eggs, and all of them hatched, but 5 of the babies are left because we had a issue with one of the thermostats going overboard, and a couple of we lost a couple of the babies, so we ended up losing 2 of the babies and saved the other 5. Yeah, I'm looking. As you can see, she is the biggest of our ball pythons, even though she is around the youngest of the breeders. Uh, she's like almost 3,000 grams, massive. She's even bigger than Phantasma is in weight. That says something to the veracity of a albino's appetite, because like I've said in previous posts, she is an incredible eater. I mean, her body type is just like, she's definitely not obese. She's got a lot of decent muscle tone, especially for somebody that has bred well for me in the past. And sometimes I wonder if she's got a little bit of like a blood python in her or something like that. But she's actually very chill, and she's very low contrast. Normally, you see some albinos that got beautiful differences in their whites and yellows. With her, it's kind of faded out, and she has a lot of this yellow blushing that is all over her dorsal section. Oh man, you're getting heavy. I'm gonna put her down, but first I'm gonna get her tub back in its slot. Okay, Big Mama, in you go. Go, Marissa. Oh man, I was so excited when she became gravid last year. Hey, what's up, Patrick? How you doing, man? Oh yeah, she's big. I mean, freaking, if she, when I say big, when you think she's big, I know she's big because this is how big around she is. She's about almost 2 3/4 inches from one side to the other at her thickest point. And I figure if I taped her, she'd probably be like 6 inches around, maybe at her thicker point. All right, I'm gonna pull out my other female that I bred last year, but she did not produce. I figured I missed an ovulation, or maybe she wasn't ready yet. But I kept pairing her up, but nothing ever happened. Which gives me a reason to maybe think maybe I should get her sex checked, sex checks to make sure that she's a female. All right. All right. This here is Psyche. She is my Mojave possible chocolate het orange ghost. Aside from Bijou, who is also het hypo, on top of being a black xanthic, she's only she was initially between her and Bijou the only snakes that had het for anything that I did not have at the time previous. Uh, some people pointed out that there was a group of people that were working with Orange Ghost somewhere up in Pennsylvania. I've yet to reach out to those folks. I might be able to hook up with Tony at Pet Zone here in Grafton or Yorktown, Grafton area. See if he's got anything in the Orange Ghost left, because this came from one of his clutches when she was small. So if he's still working the Orange Ghost, I'll try to see if I can find anything Orange Ghost visual or set Orange Ghost to see if I can actually get that proven out for her. But believe it or not, most of the snakes are owned co-owned by me, my wife, and my daughter. My wife owns is technically the owner of Psyche and Heyoka and Kokopelli. And while my daughter owns Biju and Manoa. I I got the better end because Phobos was Phobos is mine, and so is this other female that I'm about to show. That is our very special female, our retired female. I gotta pick up from the bottom here. And before you say, "Oh, you're just pulling out Psyche again," no, I'm not. The difference between Psyche and this one is one clearly a lot of age and different pattern and different morphology. This is Phantasma. She is my phantom. She's a little shy, but initially got her when at a collection sale that was being held at Pet Zone about a couple years back. It's also where I got the one snake that I paired her up with initially, or we had a clutch, but it failed. Uh, that was with a Mojave Lemon Blast that we named Ophidian. Ophidian was later the snake to be traded for Cocopelli, the hypo. But she's one big mama, even though she's lot lighter than Manoa by a whole additional 400 grams. But we retired her because she kept getting egg bound in 2 seasons. So, and even though we're able to help her aspirate and massage out the eggs that were stuck, uh, we decided to retire her and just pretty much make her a pet rather than put her through any more of the stress of breeding her. And as you can see, she's pretty chill. Look, I got a bow tie, a ball tie. But yeah, this is pretty much all the snakes that are active in the breeding program, so to speak. Okay. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? You try? Oh, look at this shit. She wants to go to the ice chest where all the frozen thawed rats and rabbits are in. She ain't no dummy. She know where the food is, but she can also smell the live food too, don't you, girl? Yeah, you smell them rats. What do you want? I want rat burger. Well, maybe once you wake up, maybe when you wake up and decide you want to eat, you'll eat, and then you'll get fat, and then become fat retired snake. Oh yeah, I definitely got some healthy snakes. Well, I can say that at least maybe in theory. I mean, hold up. Okay, gotta try to get her off my neck before she gets all choky on me. Everybody wants to call ball pythons or any other snakes choke rope. Well, nope ropes. I call them choke ropes because even though I trust them around my neck, they can get a little bit tight when they don't want to budge, and then it kind of feels like. Bleh. I don't mind being held hostage by my snakes, but let's put it this way: when the boas get a little bit too frisky and they start latching on to hold on to me like a human tree here, freaking, yeah, I'm calling for help. It's like, baby, I need help. All right, make this real quick, and actually, I think I'll show you guys the babies. These babies are the ones that were sired by Manoa and Coco Pelli. Uh, and also the one baby that Coco Pelli sired with Phantasma after her retire shortly after she was retired from breeding. We're gonna start with that one first. Whoa, sorry about that. Shit slid. All right, I'm gonna start with Miracle. You see this tiny little guy. He looks, oh yeah, he is going into shed. Believe it or not, he or they, I haven't had him sexed yet because he's too small. Needs a little bit more weight on him. But this guy was born 1 week after the first clutch. And he's still a little bit of a runt. And by runt, I meaning he went off feed for a little bit during the period of December up until recent, where he finally took a food, finally took a hopper. But in the past, prior to the changeover of winter, he was smashing freaking mice like gangbusters. But see how small he is. Still gaining weight, but it's a slow process with a small snake that might have issues or has some form of stunted growth. I was almost worried that maybe he was not going to eat anymore because I thought maybe there was something wrong, and I asked for help from a lot of people, and some people showed up and helped out. But he's still with us. They are still with us. The little miracle. I'm gonna put him back in his fang because as dull as he's looking, he's probably gonna be shedding soon. Maybe hopefully thereafter wanting to eat. He Miracle we will be holding back because with their complications as far as like being behind developmentally and the rest of the upper clutch is separate from him. Uh yeah, but just wanna hold him back for a little bit. That way he picks back up a little bit and catches up with the rest of the clutch. All right, I'm gonna start with the girls from clutch one. We got three of them. Oh, I see you. I see you. Now, these snakes from clutch one from last year, they're all normals that have double hets for albino and hypo. They're going to be part of my Sunglow project when I start pairing them off. Uh, this one right here, one female. If you see normals, you probably don't expect patterns like this on normals. But damn, the moment I saw some of them coming out when they were pipping out, after I did their egg cutting, all the holes and their keyholes and patterns and stuff like that were just totally. I was amazed. I was struck. It's like, wow, it's like, are these like het influenced markings and all that stuff? I mean, yeah, they got the track marks on the belly scales here, little ringers here and there, but the weirdness and the patterns of saddles are just like incredibly unique, uh, asymmetrical, very asymmetrical, and only a few of them look that way. Next one, I think the next one also has similar type patterning. Yep. Yep. Here's another one with the weird saddles and asymmetric patterning and stretchings. Oh, I fed this one a couple of days ago, and this is the one that we did that weird MMA Brazilian chokeout. Freaking didn't even bite down on the freaking mouse, just totally wrapped around its head, like doing a rear naked choke or a guillotine choke. Still ate the thing too, which was nuts. Okay, this is the last female. Now, she looks more like an actual normal, even though she still has a bunch of keyholes here and there and everywhere. But she has this one unusual marking on the lower half of her body. And I'll show you here real quick if you can see it. See that right there? Looks like a P. Looks like a big old hook. But then again, looking at it from a different perspective, probably could be like a question mark. I don't know. Maybe it's just another way of saying, hey, riddle me this. What kind of snake am I? What kind of morphology am I head for? Well, guess what? We will find out soon enough, little lady. This is also one of my very good eaters. This thing will just freaking slam down adult mice like it's freaking nothing. But she hasn't eaten yet. Okay, up next is the two boys from Clutch One. Here we go. This one looks mostly normal, and he's only got maybe a couple of unique saddles or crossovers, like this one right here. That one is one whole alien head connected side to side, little saddle. Say hello to everybody. Come watch me eat. You go. Gonna get your brother real quick. Hello. What's up? Now this guy, he looks like a regular normal, but he's got more dots and he's got more holes than all of them combined. I like to call this guy Swiss cheese. Because look at that. Holes, holes, holes. I've never seen a snake, including a normal or any other morphology outside of leopard or anything like that, with just this uninterrupted pattern of keyholes and alien heads and just the only thing he's got going for him right now is the well, he's got six. Oh, he's got a long dorsal stripe on the tip of the end of his tail, and then he's got at least 5 sequential dots that are separate and floating from themselves, while this one's connected to one of the alien head keyholes, and then he's got this little peanut spot here. Yeah, he's got a lot. This one's got a lot of track marks on his belly. A lot of ringers. I'm gonna put him back. Yeah. Go. Oh, this all here. Spin things around here real quick. Well, as you can see, this is the whole freaking room. Yes, I want to believe. I want to believe that these aren't going to be the only ball pythons I'll have. uh, got a nice little poster. I plan on getting a couple more pieces of art like this. They're glossies and just like fill up all the white space here and make the room a little bit more decorative. And yes, I have a fake tree in here. Every now and then, when I'm feeling generous, I'll let some of the snakes get up on it and crawl. Just like get all arboreal on themselves. And here I've got this little project board that if I ever need to give myself reminder notes, like whenever I've days or times that I've bred any of the snakes, I'll make reminders up here because I keep a logbook for all that stuff upstairs with the boas. And then over here, I got some artwork that my wife made. Uh, she made like a foil snake and then framed it in these picture frames. She did a pretty good job on that one. Uh, she she worked on it for about a month. Get up close so you guys can see all the stuff. When it comes to making advertising material, my wife likes to do stuff for me that is pretty much handmade or digitally made. But yeah, that's all her work right there. Really proud of that. Some of this stuff right here, these are like transport tubs for when I go out and get rats and mice from the pet shops. All my lives are contained in that stuff. And down there are most of my supplies, like a couple things like cocoa block that haven't been opened and used, paper towels, sanitary stuff for cleaning out the tubs. This tractor supply tub in red. That's where I usually keep all the rat food, pellet stuff. Then over here, I've got more of the same. Down here is where I keep the substrate for the rats, for their tubs and everything, while I keep some of them alive if they don't get fed off. Down here is substrate for the snakes that's already been hydrated and broken up. Then obviously you got the rats, rat tub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 4, excuse me. I plan on getting more. And then got the 1, 2, 3, 4 mice tubs. And yes, I put rocks on top of these things because these mice tubs don't latch at all. The rat runs do, but I still put stones on top just to make sure the rats don't try to muscle their way out. And then upstairs on the top part of this rack system, I keep all the extra tubs that are for the racks themselves. Got one extra tub for the bigger racks. I need to get more of those in the future. And then I got a couple of small ones for the small rack right there in case the boas do end up dropping literal lives. Uh, I'm hoping on that one to prove out come March. Oh, I got my fingers crossed big time on that one. Well, hope you've enjoyed seeing this live here. Uh, Next couple of lives I'll probably do down here as well, seeing as I get better reception with my cell phone to do it than I do usually with my laptop. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for commenting, and thanks for likes, for shares. Uh, Same thing like Patrick does. Share, tell a friend, all that stuff. Try to get us small channels back up and running. We ain't showing the love right now. All right. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Peace.